All right. So Zachary K. Hubbard is talking a ton about the number 98 and the Philadelphia train wreck and Philadelphia and Revelation and just all kinds of stuff with the number 98 in Philadelphia. Made me think of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I haven't looked into yet. But I also remembered that LeBron James, and he showed the LeBron James in Jewish gematria is 923. But also, LeBron James was born on December 30th, which is 98 days after September 23rd. And then, so here it is. I just wanted to show it here 98 days. Also, he talked about King James. It adds up to 89, which is the mirror of 98. But this just made me think of Michael Jordan again and Space Jam. And I just got so much information. I'm sorry if it's all unorganized here, but so it made me think of Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan's last championship was in 1998 as well. And then also this year there was talk of making a Space Jam Part 2 with LeBron James. LeBron James had said that he wanted to be in Space Jam Part 2. It's back in February. Actually, this article's from the 52nd day of the year. Go figure. But and then I see another one here on June 4th. So whatever. And so I've made a ton of videos since Valentine's Day that they're using Space Jam as a theme. They've used Space Jam a ton of times. Michael Jordan is the star. He's 52 years old. And then, like I said, the 98, they won the NBA Finals. It was his last NBA Finals that he won. Was in 1998. It was in Game 6. But look at this. It was Game 6. He hit a 20-foot jumper to give the Bulls 87-86 lead with 5.2 seconds. So he's 52 years old this year. 5.2 seconds left. He won the game because Stockton went down and missed a three-pointer. So he won the game with 5.2 seconds left. He scored 45 points. 45 is love. Or it's the mirror of love. It's evil. To make it even better, this season was the 52nd season of the NBA as well. So the 52nd season of the NBA was won by a guy who is 52 years old this year, and he won it with 5.2 seconds left. So then I started thinking, back to Space Jam again, and I was like, what if Michael Jordan has 923 around him or something? Because he's number 23. Maybe there's 923 and there's 923 in Space Jam. Who knows? So I went back and I rewatched Space Jam. I also watched the other Looney Tunes movie that was supposed to be Space Jam 2. And I guess I'm going to talk about them. But anyway, let's check out Michael Jordan here. So he's number 23. He started in 84. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons. He played for 9 seasons before he retired. He also wore number 23 for them 9 seasons, with the exception of one game. So 9, and then he wore 23. It's also 1993 is 22 years ago. So, and I noticed 922 around him a lot too. So I'm wondering if it might be something to do like Lupercalia, because all of this I believe has something to do with Lupercalia, and Valentine's Day just happens to be in the middle. So I feel like maybe that's why it's there. It's kind of more important because it's in the middle or something. But who really knows? But Lupercalia is 3 days, so maybe it's not just 923. Maybe they're putting 923 in there a lot of times, but it's also could deal with these 3 days. And I also talked about the day before, and in other countries, like in England, it was 8 hours difference to the West Coast, I think it was. So I mean, all of these days can actually be 923. So I also said that Michael Jordan wore a different number with the exception of one game. So he was 23 for them 9 seasons, except for one game where he wore number 12. And it just so happened to be on February 14th of 1990, Valentine's Day. Go figure. And look at this article. I don't even know where I got it, I guess, but 12/12 of 2012 at 12:12 p.m. and then they made an article about number 12. And I think they did it on purpose because it says Happy All 12s Day, everybody. But just interesting that he was number 12 on Valentine's Day. And it's supposedly because somebody stole his jersey out of the locker room, and this was the only number they could find. And then also at the bottom of this webpage, I just made screenshots, kept freezing my computer up, but look at the little ad they had here. Philadelphia and Golden State. Just kind of funny that we've been talking about Philadelphia and Golden State. I mean, they just won it, so that's just kind of strange. Also about that game, let's check out the stats here. So it was on Valentine's Day of 1990. So it was the Chicago Bulls' 49th game that year, 2/14/1990, and Michael Jordan scored 49 points. So 49th game, he scored 49 points on Valentine's Day, and I've talked about how Valentine's and 49 go together because the Julian Valentine's is 227. 227 is the 49th prime. 227 is also pi. That was for a reason, for sure. So Space Jam was all about Michael Jordan's retirement to go play baseball and then coming back to play basketball. So basically he won the deal. And then even though the movie came out in 96 and Jordan actually came back in 95. But that's what the whole movie was about. So Michael Jordan's first retirement after his 9 seasons wearing number 23, which is 22 years ago as well, was October 6th, 1993. That's when he announced his retirement from basketball. Now, if you convert that from Gregorian to Julian, October 6th is September 23rd. And something I never noticed before over here was his baseball career. His debut was April 8th, 1994, which is the 98th day of the year. Interesting. And then 94 is the mirror of 49. Also down here, his batting averages were 202, like 22, and 252. And 52 is significant. 25 and 52, the mirrors. So then when he came back to basketball, it was March 19th of 1995. But anyway, he played 17 regular season games. He also was wearing the number 45. 45th day of the year is Valentine's. Love is 54. The mirror is 45. Evil. So he played 17 regular season games. Let's scroll down here. And he played, well, if I can get to the playoffs here. Let's just check out the playoffs here. It says, here's a better look at it. So 17 regular season games, and then he played 5 playoff games wearing number 20 or 45. And then on this game here, after they lost, Orlando was trash talking, and then he showed up and started wearing number 23 again. So his 23rd game back, he switched back to number 23 from 45. Why would he do that? I mean, that's so planned. So, like I said, he wore 45, which 4 plus 5 is 9, so it could be, who knows, 9, and he played 22 games, so there's a 922. He played 9 seasons before he retired 23 years ago. He also wore number 23 for the all but one game of them 9 seasons. Also, so then you got 12, 23, and 45 is what he wore. 12 to 23 is 11, and then he came back. 45 to 23 is 22. So 11 and 22 are the differences, which also on the Roman calendar would be 9/22. So then I seen these, and I thought, all right, maybe Space Jam, maybe I missed something because I was never really looking for this. So I thought, all right, maybe there's some 9/22s or 9/23s in the movie. And definitely found one. I guess one more thing before I start this movie here. So he came back out of retirement in this season. March 19th was the first game back. But look, it was the 49th season. So definitely planned. So like I said, I've already done a decode on this video. So I'm not going to do a real in-depth here. But look at this. So basically, Michael Jordan needs his uniform and whatnot at Toonland. So Daffy and Bugs go to his house to get it. But look at the jerseys on the wall here. 9 and 23. And that's because I forgot about the Dream was number 9 on the Dream Team in the 1992 Olympics. So he was number 9. Also, he was 12, 9, 45, and 23. And this is his high school jersey. But interesting, 9, 23. So even funnier, if you add up the word Bucks, so Bucks is on the 23. That was his high school team. Bucks adds up to 45, and then in Pythagorean gematria, it's 9 and 8. So this jersey literally says 45 and 23, just like the number that he came back as. Also, it says 9 and 23. And then 9, 23, and then 18. So pretty crazy. I don't know. I've been talking about this movie for so long. I knew that there was something to it, and I can't believe that it has a 923. Also, I guess when Michael Jordan was on the Dream Team, if you look at his stats, this doesn't have to mean much, but his stats, so he played 6 games. Look at his three-pointers. He was 9 of 23. I just found that kind of interesting. So he was also number 9, and the Dream Team played in the 1992 Olympics. 1992 is 23 years ago. So 23 years ago, he wore number 9 in the Olympics. And they won by an average of 44 points, just like President Obama, 44th president. Also interesting, they won the gold medal on July 5th. So that's 7-5. That's the day that Princess Charlotte is going to be baptized. So exactly 23 years after the Dream Team won the gold medal, they're going to be baptized. And I've talked about how all of this connects. If you go back and watch probably my last 15 videos, there's a ton of stuff about the royalty and the Queen, the number 52, the number how it goes together with the number 221 and 122 and San Francisco and everything. You just got to go back and watch the other videos. It's just there's so much information you can't put it all in one video. And something else I never noticed here. So after Michael Jordan, he gets sucked into the golf hole, and that's after he gets a hole-in-one. So he gets sucked in there, and he goes to the Toonland, and then Bill Murray says, Larry, I think we're both just going to take 2s on that hole. It was pretty traumatic. So, and I was just assumed it was because Bill Murray has a lot of 22s around him, which it may be. But also, if he got a 2 and he got a 2, and Jordan got a hole-in-one, that's 122 or 221. 221 is the 52nd day. 122 is San Francisco, Pope Francis, Golden State, just all kinds of things. Just never caught that before. You also have Michael Jordan, who currently at age 52 from 2010, March 17th, 2010, he owns the Charlotte Hornets now. They were the Bobcats, but Charlotte Hornets. In Charlotte, Princess Charlotte was born on 5/2. Even says that they actually reached a deal on 2/27, the 49, the Valentine's Julian, whatever. But he didn't actually get the team until March 17th. And I'll just talk a little bit about it, I guess. So 923 is also 23-9, so 239. May 2nd, 5-2 is the 122nd day. 122nd days left is August 31st. Same day Princess Diana died. Pope Valentine, the only pope named Valentine, became pope that day in 827. 827 is the 239th day. 221, the 52nd day, plus 122 days is 626. I've talked about that number. For whatever reason, YouTube showed me that number even. TED 2 comes out, but 622, if you had 62 days, it takes you to 239th day. If you had 89 days, it takes you to 923. The Queen is 89 years old this year. December 2nd is also 12-2, 122. 8-2 plus 122 takes you to 12-2. 8-2 is the 214th day. It's Valentine's. It's also, there's 151 days left until the end of the year. And if you add up the word Valentine's Day, it adds up to 151. It's also 52 days before 923. It will be 33 years ago, so 33, a big number. Also, the day the Declaration of Independence was actually signed. Just throwing this weird thing in here. I took Obama's. This was the year Obama turned 49 years old, and I added 1776 days to it. It actually takes you to Obama's birthday. So 923 of the year Obama was 49 years old. You add 1776 days, takes you to his birthday, his 54th birthday, which is love. and it's also this year.